Having you back on the CoinSeries channel is a pleasure. This chart will be used to discuss XRP, not just one day. Right now, we're just under 55 cents. Despite XRP screen day performance, the current chart looks a lot like Bitcoin's. Bitcoin Maxis has just forecasted that Bitcoin values will exceed 60,000, which is a positive development. Their enthusiasm for Bitcoin will skyrocket by the end of the weekend. Furthermore, XRP would suffer as a result of that happening. Therefore, must bring XRP back to life as well. Hoping everything turns out, fleece up 80%. I caved after 30 days of comment nagging from several of you and made a film about Flare. I used to be really into Flare, you know, making videos. Also, if you go back and read the comments on those videos, you'll notice that Flare was huge back then. As I indicated earlier, this coin is expected to have a massive future. Plus, most people think it's just a hoax coin. Neither Flutter nor Airdrop are useful to me. Someone is trying to sell it. You could not have made a more serious mistake than that. This is pointless, according to Flare. I indicated earlier that it will be gigantic, and a tremendous network is coming together around it. Nevertheless, I will present a thorough film about Flare as soon as I have the chance to do it right. With Blair's bill on the XRP ledger, we should be able to observe progress next RP. Soon, as the XRP component of Flare matures and finds widespread use. TexRP's forthcoming Flare will be beneficial as well. Dogecoin is only one of many cryptocurrencies that will get first-time adoption because of this. That Flare was there from the get-go, so seeing it again is a delight. I predict that this coin will soar to new heights. As I kept telling them, all they had to do was hold their Flare, wait, and give it time. Examine the current situation and the future of the market. Currently, this is what we have from the grabber used by Chad Stein. This is part of a longer thread in which he explores the prospect of XRP hitting 20,000. But if you go deep enough into that massive thread, you'll find a treasure trove of information that sheds light on possible XRP developments, such the effect of the ETF on price increases and the fact that XRP is traded on public platforms. Bitcoin prices have been falling sharply as of late, and BlackRock is purchasing XRP at a dizzying rate. The reason behind this is that the majority of the public buys derivative shares after the ETF fund buys XRP from the public. Therefore, supply decreases, demand rises, and prices must rise. At this time, the market isn't reacting in the way that was anticipated. It might be different for XRP. I was completely unconcerned about the existence of an ETF. At this point, I am more convinced than ever that XRP will be a viable investment option once we secure an ETF. Most institutional and government investors around the world will put their money into these ETFs instead of XRP itself. Their investment strategy involves keeping it for at least a few more decades, or even perpetuating it down the generations. Their sole source of income will be interest payments for an extremely lengthy period before they even consider selling their assets. That should be your objective too. Enjoy the interest as you hold on to your XRP. Achieve that passive income. Once XRP reaches the anticipated high levels, it will provide monthly revenue with ease, but you'll need to be patient until then. When you find a price that you are happy with, it is wise to make a profit, in my opinion. This is because you will have enough time to keep your cool once the structure is in place. The full worth of XRP will become apparent at that point. Thirdly, limited assets like the Mona Lisa are in high demand because of their rarity and the knowledge that derivatives, or copies, of them are technically attainable. Regardless, we also place a high value on it because of its social importance, Once XRP is traded on the derivatives market, its value is in our thoughts, just like the Mona Lisa. Since we will be moving at a dizzying rate of speed, the sky is the limit. On top of that, waves are starting to shift in that direction. Some, meanwhile, contend that XRP's value would have exploded years ago had Ripple been able to completely dominate the derivatives market. Nevertheless, regulation is also necessary in the derivatives market. Scarcity is a part of supply and demand, much like how many people compete at an auction for a limited amount of things that no one person might actually own. Value may rise, but that won't be possible if no one else is willing to pay the premium. Various pricing points will attract buyers, as I've already indicated. Till XRP achieves its eventual value, nevertheless, 10 will continue to entice buyers. Buyers will be interested in prices above 100. But a lot of people are wrong in thinking that after XRP hits 1, nobody will want to buy it. They will want it badly. At that time, FOMO, fear of missing out, sets in. When FOMO will finally fade away is anybody's guess. Despite the fact that 1 is the first price. For that reason, I can't help but tell you how lucky you are to having arrived early. Financial organizations will always have a need for secrecy. Rest easy knowing that no bank will ever reveal the details of their internal ledger activities, allowing you to do business and lend money without concern about eavesdropping. Take this into consideration. The bank requires you to tell them what they need. At the time you go to the branch to open an account at the time of loan application, you will be asked to provide personal information such as your social security number and identification documents, because it safeguards your data and stops unauthorized individuals from accessing it. Banks prefer a private ledger for XRP rather a public one. David Schwartz has made it clear multiple times that there are no two prices. Looking at XRP, the price is unaffected by either the public or private ledger. To my knowledge, no one at the Frankfurt Stock Exchange in Germany has ever before suggested that XRP might serve as a bridge currency for world reserves. When central banks formally embrace CBDCs. If he's right, Ripple might end up being the world's go-to-reserve bridge currency. His reference to XRP was clear, in my opinion. Well, maybe we're misunderstanding XRP. No reserve currency status is necessary because it will function as the global bridge currency. Having connected the world's money, wouldn't XRP then serve as a worldwide currency? After all, it's a universal medium for all kinds of transactions. Nonetheless, its size will be enormous. As soon as it happens, it can be viewed from several perspectives. One way of looking at it is as the global reserve currency or the bridge currency. However, everyone knows what's going to happen with Ripple. No one who works for a national bank. These countries always end up where they started when they worked together, at the BIS, the IMF, or the World Economic Forum. However, the retail sector thinks this is unattainable. But for a long time, people have been saying that it will come. Research the background of the principal currency of the world. A new global reserve currency is required since the US dollar has outlived its usefulness. The timeline has been fulfilled. A change needs to take place now. I think even the United States of America knows that. Their indifference to our growing debt and their own wasteful spending stems from their expectation of a new currency's introduction. A reset is imminent. A change in the monetary system is about to occur. That is why the loan doesn't really matter to them. Furthermore, that is where the raising of the debt ceiling always takes place. They need to generate enthusiasm, but they have already made up their minds to do it. Was covered extensively in all the main news outlets, and then, right before the government was going to shut down, a bill to spend extra trillions of dollars was approved. It always happens that way. So, Russia is looking into digital currency, CBDC, cryptocurrencies, and the central bank as alternatives to DFAS for settling cross-border transactions. I think the sanctions we put on Russia were appropriate at the time. Because of this, think about it for a second. Now that we've sanctioned Russia, what will they do? They are currently attempting to integrate CBDC and cryptocurrency into the trade. The fact that they are now acting so rapidly gives the United States and Europe even more reason to follow suit. After all, we must close the gap with Russia, which is already severely behind. That's why I brought up the fact that 2024 is the target for the launch of the digital dollar. The BRICS countries have officially begun working on a single currency. The US dollar will also serve as the unit of currency in 2024. China continues to lead the pack at a dizzying pace. Everyone is gushing over our success in surpassing China's a source whip, or a whisper to business standard won't be hurt by some exploration, but hey, we're not backing down. There is talk that high-ranking officials at India's central bank, the Reserve Bank of India (RBI), are plotting this scheme. Nobody knows who the true puppet master is because RBI is keeping quiet. Indian officials are remaining tight-lipped until they are ready, perhaps for the next break showdown. Whether they are in favor of this idea for a worldwide tender is anyone's guess at this point. In yesterday's video, I mentioned that BRICS already had Ripple embedded in them. Thus, Ripples will transfer XRP to incorporate it into the BRICS together with value tax or PII when they deploy this new currency. It is in this same manner that we amass our fortune. Cruz intends to introduce a measure in the United States Senate that would ban CBDCs. This time around, I think they're erring on the side of caution because of my theory. If you believe a recent Fox Business report, then it has been reported that lawmakers in the US are planning to push legislation that will limit the Federal Reserve's ability to create a CBDC. Notable sources reports that, in preparation for the 2024 presidential election, the generation of digital dollars is being subject to stricter regulations. The article lists Ted Cruz of Texas as the leading Republican senator. I have already stated that they are making efforts to speed things up in the days before the election. That is why the Federal Reserve has been engaging in covert negotiations with this administration. I will explain the problem to you. Oh, now I see. They are contemplating passing a law that would target the Federal Reserve. But I think the Treasury is going to announce the CBDC. There is no involvement from the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is not a department of the United States government, and I have stated in multiple films that it is attempting to cede authority to the Treasury. So, with Janet Yellen's support, the US government is more likely to approve the launch of a digital currency. My recommendation is that they focus on the Treasury. Right now, this is disturbing. Palo Alto Networks Incorporated, a cybersecurity solutions business in which Nancy Pelosi has invested, has a call option worth $1.25 million. Describe what she understands that we do not. Bear in mind that Klaus Schwab has already warned of a devastating hack. The timing of everything is also a bit off-putting. Some very wealthy people are selling off their assets and building underground shelters. A cybersecurity solution supplier has Dell Pelosi's complete confidence. I continue to believe that they want to try to announce a CBDC victory in the 2024 election, even while things are getting hotter. Is that anything you can relate to? Put it in the box that is given below. Having said that, given another event that XRP will celebrate is a green day. Hopefully, the Bitcoin maxis are right. Additionally, the cryptocurrency market is soaring this week. But until then, hold on to your faith and be patient. We can build wealth together. With that out of the way, I'll be wrapping up this video now. Your patience in watching is much appreciated. To every one of you, I am much obliged. Please subscribe to my channel, it would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. Leave.